A very good morning, my dear Silent Rose family. When I thought about today's reflection, the question that came to mind that I wanted to address was, why do we love? We know that God is love, and in the love that we express in our day-to-day lives, there are so many different forms of it. There is the love we have for our family, the love we have for our parents, the love we have for our friends, the love we have for our mentors. So many different forms of love. And each love has its own beauty. But the message is very common. The fundamental message, or rather the mission behind each of these love is common. Because the root intention of loving anyone is to will the good of the other. And what does that really mean? It means that you love that person enough to want heaven for them. The fundamental idea is that when you love someone dearly enough, in a nurturing way, in a giving way, in a way that God has called you to love them, what we are doing for them is that we are also helping them to get to heaven. When we love someone, it's so easy to always wonder, what is it that they do for us? What is it that they give for us? We think so much about keeping them for ourselves or taking them for ourselves. But that's not the kind of love that God is calling us to. Rather than plucking that person or keeping that person to ourselves, God wants us to love them in a giving way. Love them in a way that will help them to get to heaven. And so, when the intention is to help them to get to heaven, that love is not going to be easy, because this love is not going to be a rosy love. It will have its happy moments where both of y'all are madly in love with each other, or both of y'all are very happy with where your respective relationship is. But sometimes it brings us to the hard patches as well. Sometimes you may have to question the other person's beliefs. Sometimes you may have to motivate them to stand for the right when they're going down with the wrong. Maybe your loved one must be struggling due to lack of boundaries. In that case, the best way to help them to get to heaven is to teach them to respect certain set boundaries. Or there is the other difficult patch, where you find it difficult to love the person. My dear friends, this is such a special invite from God. When there is such a person in your life, this is an opportunity God is giving you to love in the most earnest and sincere way, to love in a way that glorifies God. Because when you love that person to help that person to get to heaven, you are doing it out of love for God and the love for your neighbor, which are the two important commandments that Jesus gave the disciples. And so, dear friends, I leave you today with an open invitation to question your love. Any kind of relationship, be it your parents, your spouse, your children, your friends, acquaintances, anyone, question the love that you have for them. Is it a giving love, or is it a taking away or plucking away kind of love? Is it a love that glorifies God? Have a wonderful day, dear friends. God bless.